Do you find simple, plain walls just too plain? Well, my friend Julia and I will show you differently. You know, Julia, I just have to say that I really love this vignette that you've created.
Thank you.
And, you know, as you look at it, it's really dominated by white, which is a non-color. And I know color is so hot these days.
There's something to be said for a white wall, and I think oftentimes people don't have the opportunity to paint.
Well, I think they're often afraid of it.
I agree, and then you don't, in the absence of being confident about color, where do you go?
You know, and I think white to someone who is moving into a new apartment is almost like a writer sitting down to a blank page, a white piece of paper.
And that's where we come in, where we come in with suggestions about how to create comfort in a space that has white walls,
right,
and not make it feel unlived in.
Well, I notice here that you've used muted tones in the way of art that seem to be a nice, comfortable segue to all the white wall, the white sofa, the pillows, etc.
I think that that's an important aspect of introducing color and art into a white space, is not to go so crazy into the bold,
yes,
but to sort of kind of segue and create a little bit of I think this art has an aged feel to it.
It does. There's a lovely patina to it.
Correct, and I think that's another way to say, I'm not afraid of you. White
yes.
walls.
So if you have some sort of echo of white in this case, I mean, these pictures are all surrounded or have bits of white in them or neutral colors, then it blends nicely, there's more harmony.
Exactly, and I think that also makes it feel like a finished room.
Yes.
And even if it's not particularly, you know, this sort of art piece, but it's something that has a graphic quality to it, again, without too much color.
Yes.
Perhaps
yes.
photography
right.
would also be a wonderful application for a white wall, using in a white space.
You know, of course, there is such a psychology with the color white, because it being a non-color, if you paint the walls, that it makes the space feel more expansive and larger, as opposed to if you use dark colors.
And I think sometimes people think it's the exact opposite. And I think white is the most enveloping of non-colors, and it does allow for so much variety within the pieces and furnishing.
Do you lean toward whites that are very pure white, or do you go for a creamy white or warm white?
That's a great question, and I think that's something that is equally as daunting to many homeowners or renters.
I think it is too.
There are so many whites that I personally like, and I would have to say that I like going towards a little bit more creamy.
Right, a little more warmth to it.
Just a little bit more warmth.
Right,
and
not too much blue.
And I think it's easy to look at the very first white on the paint wheel, which is obviously the most true blue white.
Yes,
and oftentimes that's selected.
Right.
And then if you just can pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, that's a very
warmer.
good point. You know, it's just like these objects that you find and you place on the wall. Splashes of color can also arrest the eye and draw your attention to it. I mean, for instance, I love these pillows you've used here.
Well, thank you. I mean, pillows today are in almost every market, every store you walk into, you are assaulted
all
with
kinds
pillows.
of them.
Every color.
Yeah, this one over here I think has sequins all over it.
It certainly does. It's a little bit of a glamorous
It is very
feel.
glamorous. I love that.
And adding a little bit of color, bold color, is okay in a white space.
It is, and these are so affordable, so it's the sort of thing that really anyone can do to give a space, a wall, a little pop.
Absolutely.
If you're enjoying these segments on style, check in with us regularly. Make sure you subscribe to ehowhome.